What is up, everyone? It is your guy Andrew here from AppleInsider, and we are talking the 16-inch MacBook Pro. This thing just launched, is available now to pick up, but we are going to talk about something very specific, which is whether or not you should upgrade. Now, this can be a difficult question, and we are definitely not going to answer it for everyone out there. But if you're on the fence and you need a little push in either direction, hopefully this video will give you some idea on what to do. Let's go ahead and jump into it on whether or not you should upgrade to the 16-inch MacBook Pro. So MacBook Pro buyers are generally going to fall into two camps that are going to decide whether or not you should upgrade. And then within those, there are other granular aspects that we're going to talk about. But the biggest two things are, one, what is the current machine that you're using? And then two, what is your workflow like? And if number one doesn't answer a question, then number two generally will. So let's first talk about what machine you are using now. Now, it's really hard for a lot of people out there because Apple did just update the MacBook Pros earlier this year. In mid-2019, Apple did unveil a minor spec bump to the MacBook Pros, which makes it a little bit more difficult if you just pick one of those up. Really, in this machine, the graphics are going to be the biggest difference there, and the keyboard, it's really hard to justify that huge cost to buy a new machine if you just got one in the middle of 2019. So recent buyers probably are okay to hold back, especially since the CPUs are largely the same. Which means, which ones should you upgrade from? If you have a 2016 or earlier, you are safe to upgrade. There's a lot of people who fall into that camp that have been simply waiting to upgrade until there was a more reliable keyboard, or you just have a machine that is now becoming old enough that's worth the upgrade, and with a significant revamp here, it's definitely worth the upgrade for those users out there, both in terms of performance, new features, reliability, everything else that is baked into this machine. Now, if you fall into those middle years, 2016, 2019, and you're not sure what to do, really it's going to come down to your workflow, which is the part two, the second camp of users that it really comes down to. Now, within the workflow, there are going to be three relative groups of people. They're going to be consumers, not people who buy things, but people who consume media on their computers. Then there's going to be the CPU-intensive task group, and there's going to be the GPU-intensive task group. So looking at just the media consumers, unless you really want that 0.4, the small amount of increased screen real estate, it's definitely not going to be worth it. You're just consuming media on there, and if you're falling into those groups of years in the middle, it's probably not worth upgrading the new MacBook Pro. A lot of it's going to be the same, and you're just consuming media, you're watching, you're reading emails, reading the web, basic email kind of stuff. It's not going to be usually worth it to upgrade. If you're a CPU-intensive person, doing a lot of processor having stuff, but not worrying about the graphics, and you have an i9 processor, don't worry about upgrading. These do have the same processors as the mid-2019s, and the thing that makes them a little bit more powerful is a revamped cooling system. So there's going to be slightly better performance than the ones we saw a few months ago, but if you have any of the i9 processors in a 15-inch MacBook Pro, it's not going to be large enough a gap to warrant the upgrade on its own. The last group, if you use GPU-intensive tasks, you're a video producer, photo guy, anything like that that's just doing a lot of with graphics on your machine, even just some gaming, you're gonna probably want to upgrade. There's a huge difference in performance in the graphics here, a big jump in the graphic capabilities, aside from the fact that you have a newer, brighter display, which is gonna be really nice, even though it's not worth the screen on its own, but with the graphics capabilities baked in, if you're kind of in that middle ground, you really rely on the GPU, and you don't want to use an external or an eGPU, then definitely make the upgrade. That's going to be worth it there. On its own, you can take this thing with it. You can put up to 8 terabytes of storage in there with crazy graphics, no need for that eGPU for most tasks. You're probably going to be very set with the upgraded 16-inch MacBook Pro. So I want to hear what you guys think. There are a ton of other features that people may see worth upgrading for. Those hugely improved microphones. If you do a lot of audio recordings, podcasts, and you just want kind of that really solid backup built in, maybe that's worth it. If you watch a ton of movies and you're huge into movies and you want that slightly bigger screen and those immersive, really awesome sounding speakers, then that could be the reason to upgrade. But it's really going to come down to you guys, and I want to hear what you think. So let me know over on Twitter at Andrew_OSU, and if you want to pick one of these guys up, you can find the best deals at the links down below in the description. Hey everyone, did you guys like that video? Be sure to click on that like button so we can create content that we know that you guys want to see. And follow AppleInsider on all social media channels.
If you want the best prices on any Apple gear, check out the Apple Insider price guide that is updated daily. And until next time, we'll see you later.